Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily Jane, the Costume Queen. It's 2022. Now what I like to do on most of my YouTube channels is my sort of first video of the year, something overwhelmingly positive and happy about how this year's going to be great. For the last 2 years I'm not really feeling that vibe, not going to lie. Let's be honest, 2020, I'm trying to decide if it was better or worse than 2021. If I'm totally honest, I'm not sure. And then 2021 happened, of course. That was fun. Yeah, that was very good fun. And now it's 2022. So, I'm not going to say anything about this being my year, or how this year is going to be good. We're just going to be nice and quiet and just say, it is a fresh start, which it is, undoubtedly. Karma can't bite me on the butt for that one. And what else can I say that sounds positive but is a bit, masked? I'm not really sure, so I'm not going to say anything. Yeah, so, to be honest, 2021 sucked a big bag of dicks. And I don't say that lightly. So I started the year off working at the Department for Work and Pensions, which is the largest department in the British Civil Service, and is responsible for basically like all the sort of benefits and pension payments and all that kind of shenanigans. And yeah, that was a really tough job, if I'm honest. I started off with, well, I didn't even start off, I worked on the sort of unemployment side of things, and I came to work one day to a message from one of my customers. Words to the effect of, because obviously I can't say too much because confidentiality and all that kind of stuff, I've self-harmed because of this process taking too long. Yeah. Welcome to working in the benefit system. And, that wasn't that person being in any way mean or cruel or anything like that. They just couldn't go any further. And yeah, that was a fun one to deal with. And then what I did is I made a break for it, basically. And in the summer, I went and moved to the railways. And I thought, mint, great job, all that kind of stuff coming. And at the end of my second week's training, basically it was the Friday, just been paid. I just paid, some debt off to my dad, actually. And then I got a phone call at work from one of my dad's friends saying, your dad's died. Oh dear. To be honest, I don't tend to talk about emotional stuff much on the channel, just because, this is my sort of escape from the world, really. That's what cosplay is to me. It's an escape, right? And the real world is often pretty horrible, and it's rubbish to be dealing with. But yeah, it's been tough dealing with that, because unfortunately the other half of my family, well, basically I'm half Czech. My mum and sister live over there. I lived over here with my dad. Well, I didn't live with him, but makes sense, lived in the same country. And now that he's passed away, I'm pretty up a creek without a paddle as far as family's concerned. And yeah, I had to basically deal with that myself. Yeah, that also happened. And I think I'm still dealing with that, if I'm honest. I think, the way I've been dealing with it is copious amounts of denial. And I think I might be getting there, but I'm not really sure, so yeah. Sorry, this video is really dark. I've just realised I need to get the white background out for the next one. But anyway, 5 minutes in, let's talk about something positive. So what are my cosplay plans for 2022? Well, it felt a bit of a strange one to do cosplay this year, if I'm honest, because let's just turn this brightness up, see if that helps things. No, you still can't see that I have hair. I mean, you can, but it just sort of blends into the background really well. Like, I can't see the outline of my hair, which is weird. Anyway, cosplay plans for 2022. It does feel a bit strange to actually have cosplay plans because, well, I bought Ariel in 2020, summer 2020, because I thought, you know what, this pandemic's going to blow over. You know, it'll be, you know, maybe, okay, maybe I won't get to wear it this summer, but, you know, the autumn, the winter, all that kind of stuff. That turned out brilliantly, didn't it? So I bought Ariel, Snow White, and so Ariel's been worn to one event. Snow White's not been worn in public, not even in a YouTube video because she still doesn't fit. I bought my MHA uniform, which I've actually got a use for now, which is good, I guess. And what did I buy last year for cosplay stuff? I bought Alice, but Alice, to be honest, I bought Alice as a joke. So what happened was I was involved in a sort of pride event through DWP. It was really good fun, you know, and I really, I'm thankful that I did it. I must not wearing a black top next time in the video. But we did this big televised event, and this guy who was a part-time radio presenter was chairing it, and he kept calling me Alice. And then, you know, and it was just like, he was really embarrassed about it, and I just found it hilarious, if I'm honest. Yeah. So I got Alice as a joke, but to be honest, Alice is just, she exists, put it that way. I don't even think she's at home right now. All my costumes are behind me. I'm peeking in to see if there's any costumes I've not worn in public yet. Nope, that's all the ones covered off. So, yeah. I'm getting more costumes though, so I've currently got sort of 2 that are work in progress. So in spring last year, I'm going to make a video on this part of the subject, which is a bit more thought out than this, which is a bit of a unscripted ramble. Pardon me. So yes, as I say, my first costume, which is not going to be the first one to arrive, but it should arrive soon. TM. Spring last year, I got in touch with a cosplay making company that I've worked with a lot for a lot of my earlier costumes, so I'm not going to mention their name because they don't come out too on top in this one. And I feel like once I've got the dress, the interview will be a lot more balanced, or the review will be a lot more balanced. But May-ish last year, no, it wasn't. It was April last year. I started the process of commissioning a costume. I grant you, this is probably the most ambitious costume I could have gone for. I still don't have it. I paid for it in September last year. It's now January. Still don't have it. Although I've been shown a picture of a part of it that's complete. But no, I don't want to spoil that one yet. I know I'm supposed to talk about my costume plans, but I kind of don't want to because it's something that I really like the idea of. And yeah, I think it'll be quite a cool costume. And the other one is a Kigurumi mask, or Kig for short. So that'll be here tomorrow, so that'll be in a video very soon. I'll put a picture of the mask I ordered on screen next to me now. Whew. Oops. That didn't sync up, but well. Yeah, I've got to now work with that joke as well. I thought of that there and then. I'm not making that work. That's my 2 so far. The other 2 costumes I want to do this year, I really like Merida. I just find she's someone who's very easy to play. So, for me, cosplay really falls into sort of 2 categories, doesn't it? costume in play, shortening of the words, right? And with a lot of, with, for example, Ariel, I don't feel like I can embody her very well. I love the dress. I love the recognition I get, I guess, as Ariel. But I just don't feel like, I can be the happily bubbly mermaid that she is. Even though being a mermaid, it's super cool. But with Merida, I can just drop in my Scottish accent, and I'm sort of quite outdoorsy. I'm not sort of soft spoken and all this over here and all that. And I just find it very easy to drop into the accent. And also, as soon as the wig goes on my head, like I've not got it handy to demonstrate, but I'm now going Irish. What the fuck is this voice I've got doing? Sorry. Scotland, right? Edinburgh. There we go, Edinburgh. Just keep thinking of Edinburgh and the Forth Bridge. So when that wig goes on my head, I just turned really sassy, and I'm not, and people like, because I wore the wig for work once when I first got it, and people were really surprised at how I changed in my personality. I'm going Irish again, but oh well. But it was, and I absolutely love playing her. Like, I love the character. So much so, I've actually sort of slight rip-off of Merida. It's one of my roleplay characters. But there we go, we'll go back to Ireland. Oh, tractors. Fiddle-dee-dee. But, I love playing Merida. She's just, basically I want to get Merida. It's going to be one of my costumes. Thanks to my current job, I'm very lucky financially. I'm paid well above what I have been in previous jobs. And, the work's hard, but, I get somewhat recompensated for it, shall we say. But, my options are basically, I can go and get loads of, I don't want to say crap costumes because they're not. And, as a cosplayer, I don't like this definition that the people who made the costume that looks, and are really talented makers are somehow better cosplayers than someone who's got a fancy dress shop costume that they bought for £20, right? At the end of the day, that's not what cosplay's about. But I just like a nicer looking costume, That's just me being a snob. But, what I can do, what I've now got the position to do is, I think when I priced up the Merida I wanted, she worked out about £600 or £700, which is a lot for a costume, if I'm honest. But that was the wig, the dress, like a little hand thing as well. I forgot what they're called. It's like arm protector for archery. So like when you stretch out with your bow and arrow, it stops this part of your arm getting hurt. The wig, the dress, that for the arm, a proper, bow and arrow, and it was, I think it worked at like £600, so I could probably get it in the not too distant future. But, I just, like I said, I've been holding out just because, to be honest, it's winter. There's no prospect of any conventions happening that I wouldn't have a costume to wear to go to in the near future. So I think, maybe it's next month's purchase, but that's really up in the clouds right now. And then the other one is going to require a lot of makeup, and it's Elphaba from Wicked the Musical. I absolutely love, again, I as much as I put out this happy bubbly profile, I'm going to talk about mental health in a future video, but I feel like I can empathise with Elphaba's character very well. And I'd love I love, again, the recognition of being her. And I'd love to try that out. And again, that's going to be a really expensive costume. I think when I was pricing that up, it was north of £800. But again, it was a really high standard costume. Sorry that I keep playing with my hair. And I keep looking away from the camera. But anxiety's a thing today, put it that way. Anyway, folks, that's going to do my 2022 video. So in hindsight, or in conclusion, I guess, there's two costumes that, well, one of them is in a parcel depot about 10 miles that way. And the other one is about 3,000 miles that way. but that one's in, and I quote, final detailing. I believe they actually said they're trying to get photos to me by the end of the week. It's now 10 o'clock on a Friday night and I've seen nothing. But I'll tell you, you know what? I've waited 8 months on a process that was supposed to take 3. But, you know, I think, like I say, I'm getting the costume for a massive saving compared to what it would cost in reality. Yeah. And it's a costume I've always yeah, I'm going to call it a costume because, well, no, it's a dress. I'll call it a dress. It's a dress I've always admired. To a partial extent, I've admired what it stands for because there's parts of it that are a bit controversial. But, you know, I feel like I can play it well, and yeah, I can be good. So, yeah. What I'm going to do, I might edit in a teaser after this to give you a bit of an idea of what the dress could be. If you know, don't actually comment if you think you know. If I see a comment that's got it right, I'll delete your comment. And that's how you'll know you've got it right. I might also delete your comment if you're being a bit of a prat, but, you know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know what you think of my 2022 cosplay plans. Let me know what yours are. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, folks, it's bye for now.